I believe, 3 possessions. Saints, unless we have silly pit-pat turnovers.
Oh, you'll have free throws and all sorts of fouls, but anyway.
Saints have got to look to take 20 seconds off this shot clock and get a shot near the end of the buzzer.
Yeah. Brown for 3. Can't make it. Weber. He can't make it. Who wants it?
Don't foul him. You've got to put him on the line.
Big ball from Boucher. Big rebound.
There's 2 possessions left now. Clearly 2 for the 24-second shot clock. And we've got an 8-second, 9-second differential. Trying to milk up time.
Yeah.
Ogilvy Lee, the Saints coach, has asked for a timeout.
Oh, there's a foul on the play. Boucher has been leading this team, has he not? Big rebound down the other end. Comes down, makes the tough offensive play.
Well, it's panning out as I thought. There was 3 possessions inside the minute. No call, no call. Yeah. No foul.
These are big. Boos from the crowd. Makes the first.
Absolutely under pressure. Pokai is hiding under the basket. Peter Pokai is trying to sit like a gannet on Cape Kidnappers.
Well, this one's big too. 2. Well, Auckland got a little press on. Lewis has the basketball. He's driving. It's off.
And a foul.
There's a foul.
But Auckland had a foul to give, so there's 6 seconds, but that's quite good. There's still, we know a shot can be put up in 2 seconds.
Well, the play's off. Rob Tuilave's on.
But I'm picking Saints.
Yeah, there's a hole. Chris Weber, they missed their pass. Yeah, no.
Foul call.
Oh, 1 second left. Weber goes for the line. It's going to be big.
Excellent.
Just to remind them about these 2 have a bit of pressure on Chris.
That's short.
Oh, it rims out. Auckland are already celebrating. Who's going to control the rebound? Will he miss on purpose, Terry Orchard?
You have to. You have to.
It's over. It's over, and Auckland have won it. 87-85. They're walking out of here.
So after the 16 rounds of play in the regular season, the Giants and Saints made one semi-final. The top team, Waikato, faces Auckland. That's our live game in a moment. Yes, and in the first semi last night, Saints proved too good for Nelson. It was 41-all at half-time, but Nelson import Will Coley was in foul trouble early in the second half. He was out of the game for a while, and Saints exploited that and moved on to win the match 98-88. So Saints into the final and will play either Waikato or Auckland. It's a fascinating matchup held against the backdrop of some controversy this season between the 2 coaches, Auckland and national coach Tab Baldwin and controversial Waikato coach Jeff Green. Let's get some final pre-game thoughts.
Well, we're just going to go out and play our natural game, Dino. You get to this stage of the season, nothing else counts. If you lose, you go home for the summer and play golf, and we don't intend going home playing golf.
Pero Cameron, you said you bought him for 2 games. First one today. How much of a difference has he made to your team?
Well, Pero's a class act. I thought, Peter Pokai was a great low post player, but Pero's in a class of his own, and he's someone that we targeted, and we only need him for 2 games, and this is game 1.
He's brought the best out of Superbush, but also the youngsters in your team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a complete team player. He's able to pass the ball. He does what is needed to take to win games, and of course, Tab and the Auckland team know that more than anyone.
Well, it's going to be tough for our young guys because some of them haven't experienced this environment, this intensity, and this level of basketball. But that's where the players, Dylan Boucher, Paul Henare, Mason Lepeau, who have been here, who have experienced playoff basketball, really not only have to step up and play to a higher intensity level, but they also have to lead our young guys, make sure they stay settled, and make sure they keep their heads in the game.
Playing here at Mystery Creek, I noticed a big difference in playing inside the small gym of YMCA, and we were told this is definitely a shooter's gym. Would that change your game plan?
Not really. I think that, a lot of people talk about home court advantage, and it's not as great here as it is at the YMCA. I don't think any of us know that. I think it will be different, but we can't gauge it. We've never played here before either, so, our biggest opponent's Waikato. And next to Waikato, our biggest opponent potentially is ourselves. So we certainly don't have room to factor the venue into all that. We just have to play a good game, do our job, and try and take Waikato out of their game and forget the venue.
And here is the venue at Mystery Creek. The time for talking just about over for either Waikato or Auckland. The season finishes this afternoon. Waikato's already beaten Auckland this season home and away. They're averaging 99 points a game. It is an offense that Auckland has to stop. The second NBL semi-final in a moment, live on Suzuki Sports Zone. Suzuki Sports Zone live at Mystery Creek for the second semi-final in the NBL. Auckland and Waikato clashing to decide who will meet Saints in the final next week. Auckland coach Tab Baldwin is a master planner. As far as Waikato is concerned, can they carry the form of the regular season into the pressure of the playoffs? Calling the match on Suzuki Sports Zone this afternoon, Dean Page and Adrian Showtime Boyd.
Well, Mystery Creek is alive for NBL semi-final 2. Adrian Showtime Boyd, you've got a leg in both camps, really, haven't you?
Like I say, I'm the middleman at the moment. Being assistant coach for Auckland and being a fellow supporter and all my friends and best friend Pero Cameron's out for Waikato, so yeah.
The Auckland coach on screen, Tab Baldwin, he's had his most, let's call it, frustrating year, high-pressured year. He looks like a man who is feeling the pressure this afternoon.
Yes, by all means necessary. Tab is one of those guys, he's one of the players that about now. He is so focused on tonight's game, it's not funny. I mean, I've been with Tab all week, and trust me, he's like one of the players. He gets the butterflies in the system, he gets motivated, he gets pumped, and like I say, this is his game. This is actually what he wants to coach for.
Well, what are we going to see this afternoon? We have the best defensive team in the NBL in the Aucklanders. We have the best offensive team in the Waikato Titans. Jeff Green is a man, he's played the same type of offense, same type of defense since the Hutt Valley Lakers days. What are we going to see this afternoon?
Well, like I say, I like to go back to the old veteran days when they say defense wins the game, you know, and like I say, with Auckland, I think they come out and be very sound about them handling the ball, so they definitely don't get a lot of turnovers, so that way they can ignite Waikato's running game. I think we may see Auckland with a nice victory at the end.
Good shot of Jeff Green. He's not looking perhaps as relaxed as what he has all year. He did not want to play Auckland in the semi-final. He feels that this is a danger team.
By all means, you got to remember, with Auckland, they are what you call defending champs. I mean, these guys getting in a situation like they're in right now, they're pretty much used to it. You know, this is a spot where they want to be in the playoffs. Not the fourth spot, but like in the playoffs. And I think at the end of every NBL season, the only spot you actually want to be in is the playoff situation.
The big man in the middle of the screen, Pero Cameron, much talked about, the highest paid player in the NBL, former Aucklander. Him and Tab Baldwin had a Phil Jackson-Michael Jordan relationship. That was broken this year for him to join the Titans. He is the man that will decide this game.
Like I say, Pero Cameron, he's definitely a force to be reckoned with on any team he actually gets on. Like I say, he has a big wide frame. He's capable of hurting you in 3 different areas. Like I say, this guy, he's a good passer, he's a good scorer, and plus he's that low post threat. Come out and actually shoot the 3 on you. So like I say, he can hurt you in 3 different areas. You just got to hope that he's on top of his game.
Tab Baldwin has bought in, as we see John Butler having a chat with Jeff Green. John Butler, the referee. Tab Baldwin, you talk about champions and winning. He's gone back in history. He's brought in Kenny Stone and Daryl Cartwright, of course, who is out injured from the current Auckland lineup. But Kenny Stone, it's sort of just taking the team back in history because it is a young team.
Oh yeah, by all means, you got to remember with Tab, he's very thankful for all the championships that actually came his way. In our last training, our last practice, he sat back and told everybody he was thankful.
Getting inside position, all right? And in terms of the defensive end, we can't let them get inside position. All right? Yeah, let's make that.
Well, he's not wanting to mix it up inside. very passionate haka from the Tainui tribe, and some rather pensive faces on the Auckland team there, Adrian Boyd.
Like I said, I think that's just to let everybody know, hey, look, these boys are focused. Tab Baldwin had these guys in camp all week, had the pressure on the boys all week, and I think they know this is a very good game. It's a very crucial game, and I think Tab got in everybody's mind where it's like, hey, look, this is the game we want. So, like I said, I don't think you'll see any smiling faces until, I don't even think after the game you might not see a smiling face. Knowing Tab Baldwin, he told the guys, we don't smile until after we win the championship.
We will know in approximately an hour and a half's time. The starting 5. Nat Connell, George Lear for the guards. Super Bush, Clifton Bush, League MVP, David Hawkboy, and Ricky Struther is the captain of the Titans. Coming off the bench, the 10-minute man, the veteran Chris Tupu. Young Raymond Cameron will join his brother Pero. And then you have some very talented youngsters in Mackay, Paula Tapaka, and also Ben Hill. The Titans huddle. The Aucklanders are ready. They're starting 5, led by Mason LaPro. Dylan Boucher is captain, courageous. 7-foot Australian Ben Pepper, Paul Hanare, and the shooter is Aaron Olsen. A very young but highly talented bench led by Lindsay Tate, Daniel Barrett, Lawrence Dickey. Rob Tuolame's been brought in late. William Green, Puni Palele, and a very tall youngster in Ben Valentine. Our referees this afternoon are Ken Colson and John Butler. Ken Colson just in the front shot there, holding the ball behind his back. He will take the tip-up. And 2 of our more experienced referees. Of course, Jeff Green, Adrian Boyd, has had a running battle with the referees this year. Can we see some more of that this afternoon?
I don't think so. I think Jeff Green, he may be a little bit more under control tonight because he knows for a fact a hot-headed temper in playoff games can cost you a game. You know, when you're sitting on top of the table and, you know, you want to do some stuff during the middle of the season, that's fine. But I think now he knows how crucial this game is, and I have a feeling he will leave it up to the players to make decisions, not the coaches.
The winner this afternoon will meet Saints next week in the NBL final for season 2001.
Well, I mean, I think...
Remember,
team, 1, 2, 3. Go on, guys. Let's go. Why not?
Well, they've given it, it's their game ball.
A very defensive game both coaches would like to employ. Shut down the shooters. Auckland have 2 in Olsen and Lepo. Waikato have plenty.
Right, like I say, Waikato.
Okay. Black, white, here we go, guys, going high.
NBL semi-final 2 underway. The first possession to the Aucklanders in the right, firing to the left of screen. They go to captain Dylan Boucher. Pepper and Struther inside. And Boucher slashing hard. Good strong work inside by Pepper, draws the foul.
Like I say, that's the main thing they need out of Big Ben Pepper. Somebody to just get the ball up on the glass. He can actually attack the boards and get a rebound. Remember, Ben Pepper, number 31, is standing 7 foot tall. Like I say, this is an ex-NBA player the way I look at it. When you get drafted and you're able to go over to the camps, you're able to do a lot of damage, especially here in this league.
Tab Baldwin, as well as many other people, have been looking for a bit more room, a bit more space for Pepper. They want the referees to start calling the contact and attention that he draws. And if we see some of that today, Auckland will be in with a chance. Liafa has an open look from the left corner. Good hustle by Aaron Olsen wearing shirt 33.
That'll be the determining factor for Auckland. They need to have every loose rebound, every offensive rebound they can actually get their hold on. They need to come up strong positivity on shooting.
Mason Lepo from outside takes the lead to 4. Ricky Struther can't reply for the Titans. Boucher, he'll clean up a lot of boards for the Aucklanders. Hanare was loose. Straight away inside, Pepper moving. And draws the contact from Clifton Bush.
Okay, that's Auckland's whole game plan right there, buddy. I'm trying to tell you, let's get the big man, Big Ben Pepper, involved in the offense. Let's feed it to this guy and let him make moves on very thin, tall Ricky Struthers.
Ben Pepper will be looking for the conventional three-point play, and Adrian, less than a minute has gone, and Auckland are out to a lead 7-0. If anything this year, they've been guilty of slow starts, but not this afternoon.
Oh, no, like I said, this team is very focused. They're really getting going on things. The only thing they really have to wait on is, like, you got to remember, with David Hopot, he's trying to get that inside threat. And remember, on the bench, you got big Harold Cameron, who still hasn't had his impact into the game yet.
It was a great fake by Haupoy. He got Pepper in the air, and then Pepper had no option but just to come down on top of David Haupoy, and referee Butler was always going to call that foul.
You got to remember, in this league now, it's like, hey, every foul counts. You got to make for sure. If you're going to foul, foul hard. And it's actually going to pay off for Auckland, because David missed his first free throw.
Not a very good free-throwing team are the Titans. If they have a weakness, that is probably it. So they will send them to the line, and plenty of opportunities will be Aucklanders. As you see, Lepo go to work straight away again. They look to go into Pepper. Turnover in the hands of Liafa. Has a 4-on-3. Goes all the way. George Liafa. The Titans are underway. Pero Cameron wanting to get into the game. Boucher goes to Hanare. Olsen. Little two-man game. Again, they swing down low to Lepo. Good defense by Liafa. Pepper outside, stepping. Thought it might have been a travel. Nothing called. Boucher underneath. And Bush doing what he has done so well this year, getting the rebound and then running the floor.
You have Jordan shooting a three there. Now we're going to push the ball with Paul Hanare. If you can see, Auckland is trying to actually keep up the pace with Waikato here.
Offensive foul called by referee Butler against Paul Hanare. George Liafa gets some good position. Take us through this, Adrian Boyd.
There we go. If you see Paul trying to get to that penetrating lane, George is actually, like I said, he's planted. He's well planted. And like I said, it was an excellent call by John Butler on that call there.
Well, the Titans have been a little bit slow, but they're just gradually creeping back into the game. As you see Haupoy in the corner, wanting Pepper to come out. Takes him inside. Nothing called that time. Bush with the offensive rebound.
There we go. The only thing you cannot allow is Clifton Bush to actually get motivated for tonight's game. Like I said, this guy would do everything in here but sell popcorn tonight, I tell you.
Good ball movement by the Aucklanders. Boucher, Pepper again takes it in within just a palm of the basket, and the easy lay-in for the big fella, Ben Pepper.
The only thing you got to be worried about with Auckland is, like, you don't want it to get into a high-scoring game. Once guys get into a high-scoring game, you're more or less into Waikato's favor.
Turnovers costing both sides early. Here's the slowdown by Paul Hanare. And as Adrian Boyd said, you'd want Auckland to play a structured game, slowing things down. Lepo.
Oh, yeah, like I say, if anything, what Waikato's actually trying to do is play a defensive. They're trying to play a zone, and they're trying to shoot. They're trying to make Auckland shoot from the outside. But like I say, at the moment, Lepo is trying to tell him, hey, come out that zone. He's a pure shooter out there on the floor at the moment.
12-5, 12-7, number 12, moving counter bonus 3 from George Liafa, the youngster recruited out of the Hutt Valley, played for the Saints last year. Lepo hits his third three-pointer for the quarter.
Oh, yeah, he must be the Allen Iverson of the league. He's definitely putting an answer on everything. Every time he touches it, he's not even thinking about passing. He's thinking about getting the ball in the air.
Again, Liafa goes inside. Strother can't handle. Titans ball.
Titans ball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. They got to take the ball out underneath, so I'm pretty sure they're running a well-executed play to get a shot in the corner on this one.
The Titans are trying to score off every inbounds play. Shot clock drops to 4. Outside again, Liafa. Olsen does well to secure up the glass. Hanare now trying to get an advantage. Good defense from Haupoy. Pepper. He can shoot from out there, the big man. Olsen thought about it. Pepper goes to where he's more comfortable with the jab.
There we go. Now that's the guy. That's what we always waited for. Now that's that NBA experience coming to life right about now. The big lefty throws one down over the top head of Ricky Struthers.
Boucher got the hand in the back and the right claw. He slapped it down into Hanare, who throws the ball away.
Right now, when we're sitting back, we got substitution into the game. We got the well-experienced guy, Pero Cameron, and we got Prem Krishna. And I like when you start putting veteran players like these, both these guys have championship experience. So I think Jeff is going to make a little thing to get the game back into the right perspective. Auckland at the moment is playing well, trying to bring everybody out. That way they can isolate Pero on the inside.
They go to him now. The great pass out to Krishna. His first shot, but Strummer on the trail. And Jeff Green is waiting to see who this foul is called on.
Oh, yeah. I think that foul was called on Pero Cameron, I think.
Which was relatively lucky for the Titans, as it would have been Clifton Bush's second, and he would have been sitting down. The big man, Pero, he talks about just going into town and coming out with the win.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I like about Waikato's game plan is like...
Lepeau comes up short that time. However, good offensive work by Boucher gives the Aucklanders another possession. Pepper from range. No love. And Strummer trying to give Nick Connell a break. As he's heading on that Connell looking like Iverson, Hanara will get called for the contact.
Oh, yeah. I think the referees are trying to get an early start on the game here so the game doesn't really get out of hand by even a playoff game. They're trying to call all the little fouls that actually go on over the back. Like we got a light one on Pero, another light one on Paul Hanari, and now we got another substitution into the game as well from Tab.
Timeout called by Auckland, and we will go in there and hear what Tab Baldwin has to say.
Do a job in man, all right? We got to really do a job in man. Let's work extra hard these last few minutes of this quarter, okay? Good job down on the offensive end. Let's look to run a little bit of yellow as well, okay? A little bit of yellow. Look for their press now. Just keep bringing it hard, reverse it back to Dylan, and the press breaks down right away. Okay, let's double off of Connell. Double off of Connell. Okay? All right? No, let's just switch that, okay? Let's switch that so that Lindsay's doubling down. Right? So you're on Prem. Okay?
And being able to get easy back one-on-one with Pepper. We need to straddle and help. Hey, he's got a big reverse movement. I'm just going straight to this person for the jam.
Adrian Boyd, we heard Tab Baldwin looking that he wants to go into yellow. Exactly, what is the yellow play for the Aucklanders?
Well, it's going to be just a normal set play, whereas like they're going to mainly see if they can get a nice shot from the outside. It's not an inside shot. If you can see, they pretty much took out all the big players. As far as Big Pep, he's out of the ball game and about now. So they pretty much have a small lineup in there, with Dylan Boucher being their biggest guy.
Mason Lepeau, he's still out there. He has 9 points. As you see, Connell's ball miss. Lepeau has 9 points for the quarter, and all of them have been from outside with threes. Lindsay Tate, keep your eye on him, a very talented youngster who won a championship medal last year in this lineup. He goes to Lepeau, spinning move. Mason Lepeau playing the post up to Boucher, his captain.
You got to remember, it's like today, Mason Lepeau is actually playing a really good game. This guy's rebounding, he's scoring, he's pretty much doing it all. I guess he must have heard who got the most valuable player, Clifton Bush, and I don't think he agreed with that too well today.
19-8, who would have thought about it apart from the Aucklanders? Bush goes to Pero. Boucher puts him under duress. The big man secures again and goes and draws the foul.
I think it's time for the big man, Pero, to get his money's worth. You can see he's not even looking to pass. He's trying to put his head down and go straight to the basket. He got the fragile Dylan Boucher guarding, who's actually, in this league, he would be a three-man guarding one I consider one of the biggest guys we have in the league. So that goes to the respect that Tab Baldwin has for Dylan and his defense capabilities. We got Pero Cameron. He's shooting 2 shots as he makes the first.
Now a bit of full court pressure from the Titans. Almost a 5-second call the fans wanted. There's the trap into Olsen. Tate now struggling. They need to get it as the shot clock is working down. Tate goes on his own.
Like I said, that is one youngster, I don't care what anybody say. This guy has more heart than Superman. He can pretty much do it all. I think Lindsay Tate, he has to be the best talent that Auckland has on that one-on-one capability. Even though he's young, he can pretty much do it all.
The defense extending. Boucher takes the fake, and he gets called for the foul.
call like that gets Tab Baldwin well off the bench.
If anything, it was iffy, and Tab, yeah, he doesn't like the call. He wants to know why you're going to call that. We had a break. It was clean, he's saying.
Oh, yeah, Tab Baldwin. Here we go. We got Clifton Bush. Shot fakes. Dylan reaches behind. Looked like he got all ball. And what happens? The referee calls a foul. Call it going up the arm.
You pick the guys up.
Well, you heard it quite clearly from Kenny Colson there. So he got him on the arm, and Clifton Bush is going to the line. It wasn't a shooting foul, however, the Aucklanders are in the bonus. Have put Waikato in the bonus. Only 4 fouls per quarter.
There we go. That's a positive sign for Waikato. When you got Clifton Bush, who used to struggle from the free throw line, now he nails his first.
Yes, he's not the best free throw shooter in the team is Clifton Bush. However, nailing both there just edges the Titans a little bit closer. 9-point differential, 21-12. Auckland lead Waikato. Boucher just slowing things down, goes to Tate. Ellison from outside. Remember, they're looking for an outside shot. Barrett goes with a nice break. The up and under is good.
That's what I mean. If you notice, Tab got his young boys, as far as Daniel Barrett, he got Lindsey Tate out there making moves. And meanwhile, you see veteran players like Prim Krishna, who comes down and he's trying to do his thing.
Dylan Boucher running the floor, feeds Olsen from outside.
Right about now, I cannot say nothing about Auckland besides they need a fire extinguisher. These guys are pretty much on fire. Look at Ken Olsen. Aaron Olsen, he just lights it up from the outside. No hesitation, follows through. I mean, you cannot beat that. That's excellent basketball playing by Auckland at the moment, so this is just the first quarter.
The Kiwi out of East Washington University. He was recruited halfway through the year. Tab Baldwin describes him as a pure shooter, and he executed that effectively. 26-12. It's unbelievable here turnaround. Jeff Green hasn't called a timeout yet. He may want to shortly. Again, they go to Perro, the double team from Boucher and Lindsey Tate. And Boucher gets called for the foul.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty much calling everything downstairs to deal with Perro. Boucher's on his 3rd foul, so he definitely needs to come out of the ball game, according to Tab Baldwin. And like I say, you can see Perro, the boys are going to go reaching. And now they're going to call a blocking foul on Dylan, a body foul.
And he's pushing him with the body. And Dylan Boucher is going to be sitting down for quite some time.
Oh, yeah.
With his 3rd foul with 2 minutes 35 remaining in the first term. Perro Cameron at the line.
One thing I say about Waikato, they are an excellent, at the moment they're shooting excellent free throws.
One of the very interesting points, Adrian Boyd, is the Aucklanders have not practiced in this court at all. The long downtown pass to Olsen, Pepper back into the game. Strubble working him over, spinning, passing, offensive foul, no trouble is called.
I say that's one thing about Big Pen Pepper. He needs to get his feet underneath him. When you're 7 foot tall.
Strubble working, gets his own rebound and the putback. The Titans, well, there may be a 10-point difference, however, they're certainly not out of this game. And the crowd is getting going with the defensive charge. Hanare setting up the offense. Barrett, Olsen. Perhaps the shot option closed down by Liafa. Hanare sees not much seconds on the shot clock, so he puts it up from range. Bush on the break, needs some help, so he slows it down. Struther will fire it up. And there is no better big man from outside than Ricky Struther.
Oh yeah, this is one thing that Auckland just does not need. They do not need rush shots.
On his back, on him, pushing on the hip.
They do not need rush shots, and they need to keep their composure on this game. Because remember, Waikato, the team was like the adrenaline from a turnover, adrenaline from a miss will just hype up the crowd. When you got Super Bush out there, you don't know what to expect.
The foul was called on Ricky Struther for the Titans at the defensive end. As we see now, Hanare receive. 7-point ball game. Olsen, Hanare. Good ball movement by the Aucklanders. Tate. Shot clock not yet in single digits, and a travel is called against Lindsay Tate. Couldn't control the ball, and perhaps was that a get out of jail free there for the Titans?
Oh yeah, I think Lindsay Tate was putting himself in a trouble situation there. When you got Big 10, 6'10" Ricky Struthers down there, he's known in his league for blocking shots, and trust me, when he goes upstairs, he definitely goes upstairs to block a shot.
Again's trying to get his own rebound. Pepper needs to box him out in that situation. Perro. Barrett takes a fake. Liafa from the corner.
That's just excellent ball, but they walked the wall all the way around the perimeter. I think everybody had a touch at that.
The game had stretched to 12, but the Titans have caught them back to 4. 26-22. They're certainly getting the crowd going here. However, that will be an offensive ball for the Aucklanders.
Yeah, like I say, once you get this strong Waikato crowd into the game, oh, we got problems in our hands as far as Auckland. That's Waikato's secret weapon. It's the crowd, it's their fans, and trust me, it's like playing 6 guys against 5 when you get your crowd and fans into it.
The inbound goes straight to Pepper. Perro shows his strength. 4-on-1, the Titans must score. Offensive foul.
Oh no, like I said, that's a very gutsy play by Paul Hanari. You can see he's a tall black for a reason, I tell you. Whenever you can get a ball player that's going to sit there and take a charge like that, I'll tell you, you got Clifton Bush who's standing 6'4", going full speed at him. Look at here, we got Clifton running, falls aside to get set, and wham, what do you know? He went flying almost into the first row.
Well, a very, very good call by referee Colson. Bush had the option, as we said, it was a 4-on-1. Struther then stopped, so it became 3-on-1. The passing options were there, and Bush elected to go on his own. Auckland are looking for the final possession of the quarter. They have controlled the quarter bar the last 2 minutes where the Titans have clawed back to 26-22. No screens coming, and it will be an Auckland ball with 5 seconds remaining in the first term.
Yeah, they got 1 second left on the shot clock. So this will be a very interesting play according to Tam. I think it has to be somebody's going to, as soon as you touch it, they got to launch it in the air.
Got to go for the alley-oop. Got to go for the alley-oop pass.
Yeah.
And will it be Lindsay Tate or for Ben Pepper? Perro read it perfectly. Convoy cleans up. Needs to get the ball in the air. Talking about this, an offensive foul has been called, but I think the buzzer went off before. The basket shouldn't count, the foul shouldn't count. We should be going to quarter time. Basket is good. Well, the foul must count. John Butler has called the basket. Tad Baldwin is screaming at him. I think we'll have a quarter time break and we'll sort this out. It is the Auckland team 26, the Titans 24. No, they're playing. They are taking the offensive foul. The ball was in the air, and therefore the Aucklanders are going to shoot 2 free throws.
Well, I'm kind of lost with a call like that. From our point of view, I could have sworn he had the ball in his hand when the buzzer went off.
Perro, whilst this is going on, Perro, Jeff Green, and the Waikato team come running up to John Butler to discuss it with him. Aaron Olsen has made both free throws. The score is 28-24. It is quarter time here at Mystery Creek. We'll sort this out and tell you what happens.
The standard 6'8" and very muscular. It takes him 4 seconds as well.
Well, now we've got Rob Tuolave shooting 2 free throws to commence the quarter. So what we need to ascertain is whether those 2 free throws at the end of the first quarter, whether they counted.
They didn't count.
Looking on the stat sheet, it doesn't. The stat sheet from the first quarter shows 26-24 Auckland. Tuolave misses both free throws.
He airballed both free throws on that one. I don't even think he drew iron.
Well, we said he only came in late. Last Wednesday was when he came into the team. And he has not played all year, Rob Tuolave. Came in to replace injured Daryl Cartwright. I could only assume, Adrian Boyd, that Aaron Olsen was not on the floor when that foul took place at the end of the quarter.
No, I think on a charging foul, the person who got whoever got the charge on shoots the free throw. And I think Rob actually took the charge himself. So he had to go down and shoot the free throw. But I think Auckland sent Aaron Olsen up there. And that's exactly what happened. And I think the referees finally cleared that mistake up and said, hey, look, he doesn't shoot the free throw. Rob shoots the free throw. But once again, as I say, with the referee side of things, it's one of those things that like, hey, look, you know, I'm glad that they did clear up their mistake, and it was a huge mistake. And like I say, everybody is human, and I'm glad the referees decided to redo the fact and say, hey, look, we got the wrong guy. Let's take the points off the board. Let's redo it so we can do it right.
Well, the score is 26-24.
Let him have his spot. Come on, let's go. You're going to be beside him, not behind him. Okay, here we go.
Referee Kenny Colson sorting out the big men. Boucher comes into the circle to take that off the hands of Ben Pepper. So again, Auckland have the first possession. The Titans did a tremendous job cutting this lead. As we see Olsen looking for options. Boucher comes back outside. He has 3 fouls. Shouldn't be on the floor. Needs to play very smart to Dylan Boucher. Pepper receives from Tuolave. 2-man game with Olsen. Ben Pepper on the turnaround from 15 feet.
And the shot clock was running out. You got a big 7-footer shooting fadeaways. You know something's wrong with that.
Liapa penetrates. Bush draws the contact. The foul will be on Rob Tuolave, I feel.
Oh, yeah, they need that. Like I say, when I spoke with Tab Baldwin about getting a Rob Tuolave in there, I said, hey, look, you know, what is this guy actually got to bring? He said, Adrian, look, we need a big body. We need somebody with experience in the league who's going to sit back and give an elbow back out because it's playoff time. And like I say, when you got Tab Baldwin who sit back and did his research on the guy, it definitely come out true. Got a couple fouls to give.
It's not a bad person to foul Clifton Bush. You look at his action where he hesitates. It's certainly not an action that you would teach the youngsters to shoot with. And it comes up short on both attempts. So Paulinare, the tall black point guard, running things for Blockbuster Auckland. Pepper looking for options, finds Tuolave low. Again, Pepper from where he made the last shot. And it's Liapa on the break. Puts Hanare on the floor. Bush inside. No, Pepper uses his height advantage well.
There we go. Like I say, that's a big 7-footer to come right at you. Dylan Boucher, shoots a fadeaway from the corner. Doesn't go. Once again, Clifton Bush. The ball seems to be like a glue to his hand. He always has it.
Widely regarded as the league MVP. He was voted best forward, also won the scoring title, averaging 27.5 points a game. Tupu's on the floor, and no foul. Bush scores the try almost over the baseline, and the ball will be in the hands of the Aucklanders.
Like I said, don't think right here you see Clifton Bush, he tried to get his presence and posted up underneath, and he got bad positioning. That's why with the young fellas, you guys got to remember, basketball is all about balance. You got to keep your feet balanced and well bent at all times while you're playing the sport of basketball.
Tuolave finds Hanare, wants to go to Boucher. Bush hits the floor looking for a call. Boucher just goes straight over the top, lays it in off the glass, stretches the lead to 6 for Auckland.
Oh yeah, if you can see, Auckland is pretty much doing a traditional triangle offense. Meanwhile, you can see Tab, he's more or less into the execution side of things. Waikato, they're simply just playing basketball. That's why George Bolivar was wide open for a 3, and he actually hit the 3 himself.
Yeah, their first option is to shoot the 3 as we see another big jam from Ben Pepper.
Oh yeah, he's coming with all the tools. Clifton,
Need to watch the physical bodies inside the battle between Pero and Pepper. That will decide the game. Boucher throws it away. The touchdown pass from Pero to Tupu was good. And Bush on the offensive boards. Resets it for the Titans. Pero was open. And he punishes.
Like I say, Big Pero, Cameron, he's about to start ringing bells any minute now. He's about to be that thorn in someone's backside when you got the big fella out there shooting 3s.
We're back to 2 on the back of 2 big trays from Liapa and Cameron for the Titans. Crowd getting
underneath that. I'm just looking at the underneath action when you got Paul Hanari, one tall black against Carol Cameron, another tall black. And you'll find out these guys, there's no love out there at the moment. It's nothing but hate. Both these guys want to win. No one wants to go play golf during the off-season. So, hey, trust me, these guys got to give it to each other.
The winner to play, Saints, who upset Nelson last night. And Nelson Boucher with the steal. Needs to pull up as he felt that he dribbled it a couple of times. And therefore, the Aucklanders missed out on a fast break opportunity. Boucher now again setting the triangle. Nice move from Lepo. He's got cold from his very hot start in the first quarter. Hawthorne going all the way. Liafa, good movement and good finish.
Uh-oh. I think Dylan Boucher's calling for a technical. I think that's the second warning.
Referees saying that you've had one each side. The offensive team, after a basket is scored, not allowed to handle the basketball at all.
Yeah, I think Tab Baldwin, if you look at him, he's screaming at the referee. It's a big difference than touching the ball after it goes to net and punching it out of bounds. It's a totally big difference in that, and I agree with him totally on that.
Well, fair enough if they've said they've given one each side, and the next person will certainly get a technical foul, regardless of who it is. Daniel Barrett came in for Boucher, but now this is that trap right there that you saw. That is a full Waikato defensive play. They will give their opposition the baseline, Adrian Boyd, for the specific purpose of trapping them in the corner of the key.
Oh, you got to remember, Jeff Ho's scheme is like, hey, look, they want the ball. They want to get traps and want guys to feel very uncomfortable with it. And once you get into a trap, he have all the rest of his guys, the other three guys, rotating to get into the next passing lanes. And that's why, like right now, I think Tab is he's still debating the last call that was made. And like I said, on a game like today, this is Tab's game. This is his playoff game. And trust me, they won't let anything go by.
The defensive pressure from the Titans is good. Olsen again can't convert from the corner that time. Porpoise secures. It should be a Waikato ball. It is. The Titans looking to just again edge into this lead. In fact, they will tie it up with a 2. They'll take the lead with a 3. They go inside to Hawthorne.
Nothing.
A turnover with the 3-second call.
Oh yeah. With Waikato offense, they have to actually be able to move the ball freely. If not, they got guys standing. And that time, David Hopi, he got caught what we call the quicksand. You got to get in and out. Other than that, you'll sink.
Well, the pace of the game has certainly slowed in a dramatic second term here at Mystery Creek. NBL basketball, Suzuki Sports Zone. Hawthorne will get called for the foul.
Ooh, I think that's the foul they did not want out of David Hopi. He's sitting on that should be his 3rd foul at the moment. So once again, we got Hopi with 3. We got Clifton Bush with 2. And Georgie, the rest of the guys pretty much have 1 each.
Tupu and Liafa sit down. Connell and Prem Krishna come in. They certainly lose nothing with that substitution. Aaron Olsen will go to the line. Bush comes in for Hawthorne.
I think the lineup that Waikato have out there right now, they're actually going to start pushing the ball. When you got Big Perro, Cameron, and Ricky in at the same time, those guys are just going to outlet. The guys are going to be sprinting the wings. And you got Nate O'Connell, who's pretty much loved down the Christchurch area. He's definitely going to be able to get out there and get the wings and run it.
I don't think you want to know it's best point. Get off on 13.
The referees having to do as much talking as the players should, as we see Connell with a little shake and bake around Hanare.
That's what I'm saying. This guy, he can definitely do it all.
Well, Paul Hanare says, I'm the tall black point guard. If you're going to do that to me, I'm just going to take you coast to coast.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of questions got to be answered. Here they come back again.
Oh, a huge foul on Hanare. Absolutely monstered Super Bush. He says, you're not jamming that on me.
Oh, no, like I say, if you can look at Paul Hanare, that's his 3rd foul. He takes Mason Lepo baseline. Clifton, who's definitely going upstairs to give you one of the highlight films of the day. And Paul's like, hey, look, this is the playoffs, buddy. I'm going to foul you. I'm going to foul you hard. Sorry about it, but, hey, no love's lost.
Well, that could be a key moment in the game, Adrian Boyd, that foul. The Aucklanders have Boucher on 3, Hanare on 3, and their 2 leaders, their on-court generals, in foul trouble. and we see them both sitting down at the moment.
Like I say, our encore generals, we're going to need them in the closing period. But right about now, everybody's okay, because like I say, you got smaller guy like Lindsay Tate in the game who can pretty do everything for you and help you out.
38-35, Auckland leading the Waikato Titans. Lepo for 3. Bush secures possession. And a good transition defense. Auckland is getting back, so Bush again goes on his own. Decides to feed Strother. Reset on the offense by the Titans. Strother can take Barrett spinning, leaning up the glass. It's good.
Okay, that's the better player, Ricky Strother. He's 6'10". He's also the biggest threat that Waikato have to offer on the inside, as well as Farrell Cameron. And like I said, Ricky can hurt you in 2 different directions. He can take you down low. Remember, he's 6'10". We got somebody from Auckland like 6'4" guarding him, so Ricky's definitely going to take advantage of it.
The Aucklanders go inside to Pepper. Loose ball. Shot clock is on 3. 2. Pepper needs to take it inside. Do they get it off? They don't think they did. The basket is counted.
Oh.
Shot clock was on 0. Siren didn't sound.
Oh, it may be a fault with the shot clock. But like I say, if anything, it works in Auckland's favor at the moment. And you can see Auckland right now. Harold Cameron right now.
Well, that's the first time I've seen a Harold Cameron pass intercepted. It was by youngster Lindsay Tate. Now bringing the ball up the floor for the Aucklanders. Olsen thought about the shot. Tate takes it inside. Again loses control of the ball. Barrett cleans up. Pepper for 2 from 12 feet is sweet.
Oh, yeah, like I say, those are the little things that Auckland's going to need to keep themselves going. You know, little scrappy baskets. Every time they get a fast break, they got to actually go for it. Now you see Harold Cameron, he'll be very strong with the ball now, I tell you. He doesn't make 2 mistakes in the same play.
Well, the Titans got within 1, and Auckland have taken it back to 5, and again the steal. Another turnover. This is not the Titans game. Barrett, I thought he might have walked, and the referee said no. The easy lane takes the lead to 7, 44-37.
Okay, like I say, Auckland, they just need to keep things going. Oh. Like I say, when you got big Harold Cameron made 2 turnovers earlier, he was like, hey, look, I made turnovers from trying to pass the ball. Now let me see if I can score. Like I said, that's when you got a veteran guy with a veteran experience who knows how to play the game and knows a lot more about the game itself.
Boucher is subbing in. Perro, he loves to feel the body, doesn't he? That's where he's at his most dangerous. Just if you make some body contact with him on the low post, he knows exactly where you are. There is a school of thought, Adrian Boyd, that the way to play Perro Cameron is that when he gets the ball, step off him.
Oh, by all means. Like I say, Perro, at the moment, he's been working big time on his outside game. He's shooting the 3 a lot better. He's shooting the ball a lot better with confidence. But like I say, Perro's a big boy. He's a big wide boy. So like I say, it's just like wrestling. You know, you don't want to wrestle with the big boys. You'd rather just box him if you can from the outside.
Dylan Boucher returns to the fray for Auckland. They need him. He has 5 rebounds, 4 assists to go with his 4 points as well. And he has certainly scored his team home from the corner. Well, he's missed his last 4 after hitting his first 3. Bush needs to pull up and just regain control. Connell with the help. Reversal by Perro. Krishna taking on Lepo. Out to the big man, Connell. Oh, Lindsay Tate reaching around is effective that time. And Lepo secures for the Aucklanders. 44-39. Coming into the final 2 minutes of the first half here from Mystery Creek. Mason Lepo, Aucklanders just running this triangle offense. Again, Lepo spinning. Connell. Strother gets called for the hands.
Oh. Now that foul is actually on Ricky Strother. I think we may have what I consider a ball game on our hands. That gives Ricky Strother, that should put him on his 3rd foul if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Mason's trying to create something. Spins. Ricky Strother comes in with the hands.
Looked all ball to me on that shot here, Adrian. We'll get a good look at it here. Yeah, definitely all ball by Strother. And Mason Lepo looking to add to his tally. He joins Ben Pepper in double figures. Pepper has 16 for Auckland. Liafa, an outstanding first half. He has 13 for the Titans. And in and out. It's a 6-point ball game, 45-39.
I'm just hoping that late in the game, those free throw situations aren't the ones that got to hurt Auckland.
big man, Super Bush. He can fly like an eagle. He takes off. It was easy, wasn't it? And he gave the signal that Auckland is too small. They can't guard him. A foul is called. Olsen will go to the line.
Basket counts.
And the foul is on Ricky Strother.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should be his third foul.
It may even be his fourth. It is a timeout Waikato. As we're just checking how many fouls Strother is on. Let's have a listen to Ted Baldwin.
I wanted to give him a look. I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to go one possession of box and one, okay? Of box and one. One super. All right? So you just take it one time, and then we're back to five, okay? Now let's get a lot of talk. I want him to go in the locker room and talk about a box and one, okay? So when we go back on defense, I want everybody yelling, box, box, box. Lindsay, you got two. I want that talk. No, right.
Get that shit out of here. That's why these two are sitting down. Like, you know, they go to the hole, start crying at referee. They back down there shooting a shooting. Hey, you want to lose? Keep playing dumb. Remember the yardstick. Otago, Stanford. Where do you want to sit? Right now you're sitting in Otago. Go. Come on, baby. We have to play four men.
Well, just plain words from Jeff Green. The two extremes this year was a lost to bottom placed Otago, whereas they defeated one of the highly ranked, best ranked teams in the US college system, Stanford University. Ted Baldwin, he's actually talking tactics, whereas Jeff Green wasn't, Adrian Wood. He's talking, we're going to run a box and one. They're going to play a zone apart from one man who's going to match up on Chris Tubu.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, tell you down is true. Ted Baldwin has a lot of respect for Chris Tubu as an outside shooter, as an outside threat. Even though I don't think he was on the tall black selection, he also came to me personally and said, Adrian, I still think this guy, if he's his capability, he is just a deadly three-point shooter. He can nail it from anywhere.
Shot clock down to 6-5 now. Perro takes it inside. Neither is secure. Ben Hill does. Liafa from outside. Nothing for. That's the push.
That's the super push. I see the answer to the chef coming out shortly.
And a fumble from Olsen, feeling the pressure all of a sudden, Adrian Boyd, momentum swings back to the Titans. 4 points.
Oh, yeah.
35 remaining in the turn. Perro working Boucher back. Ben Hill for three.
Like I say, this is one of those games where like you don't want.
The post gets gets called for the block.
Ooh. Like I say, if anything, that puts George up there in the foul trouble. Not really in foul trouble, but it changes things around for him. We got Mason the Pro. He wants to go baseline. He puts the ball in the court, and George's like, hey, look, I was there. But like I say, Mason's one of those veteran players. He knows, hey, look, this is the playoffs. Put your head down. Now let's get a wide open three and go straight to the basket. Now he's at the line shooting two.
I didn't say it that way.
I honestly think at the end of this game, the fouls count. Who's going to be on the court is going to be very crucial.
Well, we have confirmed that Strother is on three. David Hawthorne on three for the Titans. And for Auckland, Boucher and Hanare are on three. As we see, back to a 6-point ball game, 49-43. As we come into the final 10 seconds of a dramatic first half. Tate hits the floor, Bush capitalizes and goes with the left hand.
Uh-oh, we got a whistle stop.
Yeah, I think it's just to bring out the floor technicians. As Super Bush has a look at John Butler. League MVP Clifton Bush doing everything he can for his Titans. He has 11 points now, does Super.
Yes, also notice the tap ball. There's only 2 seconds left.
Lindsay Tate will throw it in the air from halfway. Oh! It is half-time at Mystery Creek. 49, Waikato 45.
Creek, Auckland away to a flyer. Waikato playing as if they were just expecting it to happen. It was 26-24 to Auckland at the end of the first quarter, but Dylan Boucher and Paul Henare in foul trouble. But we said it before the game, you can never count out a side coached by Tab Baldwin. Auckland ahead 49-45. Now in the half-time break, let's have a look at the NPC rugby results. First Division, first of all, last night, Wellington beating...
Ben Pepper, he got most of them early, as did Mason Lepeau. Aaron Olsen, the other shooter, having 7. George Liafa, the point guard from the Titans, having a big first half, 13. Superbush slowly got himself into the game with 11. And the big man, Pero Cameron, with 9.
And also for Auckland, we got the top 3 assists. For Auckland, we got Dylan Boucher, who's the team captain. He has 4. We also have Rob with 1 and Mason LePro with the other. For the Titans, we got the Superman, Clifton Bush, with 2. Pero Cameron, a big guy in the middle, better known as the best passer of the big men in the league, with 1, and David Hopi with the other one.
Where the game is being decided, Adrian Boyd, I think, is on the glass. And Dylan Boucher, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Also Olsen. Pepper only has 3. The little men are doing it for the Aucklanders, whereas the Titans, it's Superbush and Ricky Struther, the 3 men we expect to. Superbush with 11 points, 8 rebounds. Struther 4, Pero 3. Yeah, again, I'm saying you got big guys rebounding at one end, and you got little guys for Auckland rebounding. Now, that is what's keeping the Titans in this game.
By all means, you got to remember, as far as the Auckland strategy, it went like this. Hey, look, we need muscle power to take Ricky Struther and Pero Cameron off the board as far as they're tipping in the ball offensively. So that means we need our guards to come back, and we need our big men to sit back and, hey, look, you guys muscle those guys as much as possible. Guards, you guys come back and get the ball. As far as the Titans thing, they know for a fact, hey, look, guards, you guys run. That'll help our fast break. Don't worry about getting a rebound. Pero and big Ricky Struthers can actually get anything off the glass.
The first half has been dramatic, and we come back with an even more tense, exciting second half right after this.
Never know when you'll get a better offer, do you?
49-45, NBL semi-final 2, live brought to you on Suzuki Sports Zone. Dean Page, Adrian Showtime Boy joining me in commentary. And Showtime, well, there's 2 questions. A, can the game be broken open, and if so, how?
Let's say every team always had what they call a third quarter slump. And right now, both these teams are better known of having a third quarter slump. Championship teams are used to having a third quarter slump. Waikato is known for a third quarter slump. And like I say, right about now, it's all about heart. You find out these teams are going to come out motivated. They're going to come out piped up. They're going to come out putting it all on the line for third quarter, just so they don't have to go through that third quarter slump.
One of the key stats for me is the Auckland bench, as we see Tab Baldwin and Jeff Green just anticipating, waiting for the second half. Here, one of the key stats is the points off the bench. Auckland have 8, Waikato 9. When you look at the depth of the Auckland bench, which is full of youngsters, that is a key element right there.
Well, by all means, like I say, like right now, Auckland is pretty much doing what I call execution. Where it's like, hey, look, right now, there's no such thing as a bench. You know you got to come off shooting that shot. You just got to shoot it and be done with it.
Well, it was a terrible pass by Olsen to his captain, Dylan Boucher. Boucher did well. Pepper does better, and Boucher gets a reset. Olsen, Lepeau in the corner. He comes out hot again, Mason Lepeau.
Like I say, he got the popcorn popping at about now, that's for sure. He's not even looking to make a good pass. He's just trying to get it all up on the rim and get his points on.
The lead goes back to 7. After trying to respond, comes up short. And Pepper just puts it into the hands of his point guard, Paul Henare.
Like I said, this is going to be a well-executed play called X from Auckland. And you can see Mason, once again, he's got to get the ball. Ooh, and it's a turnover coming.
Yeah, well, there is a good example of the Titans just giving them the baseline and looking for the trap if they take it. Nat Connell starting. He can't get it inside to Struther, whom he handles. And now Henare pushing the ball up the floor. Has Olsen in the corner, decides not to give it to him. Just to reset the offense to the Auckland side. Bush coming out on Henare. Screen from Olsen. Liafa switches.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3, 2.
They go to the shooter. That must be a violation that time. They're running, they're keeping running. And I was going to say, yeah, they must stop. The shot clock went off.
Twice, I've got to stop. They're calling me. I've got to stop.
Ooh, so in other words, he works for a disadvantage for Waikato because that's the type of shots they want Auckland to take. He needs these shots, get the rebound to the point guard quite swiftly so they can run the floor.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shot clock when it gets to 0, and the Hooter is certainly a little bit late because it's easily on the 0 for a second, and as soon as it hits 0, you don't get it a second after the clock ticks over.
That's what I said. I think the shot clock's pretty much on a -1 before you hear the siren. It goes down to 0, that's for sure.
Well, the Titans lost an opportunity for a fast break there. Strother was streaming down the floor. Nat Connell, Porpoy comes out to the top. Strother directing traffic. They come to Superbush. Screen from Strother. It goes again. Now he takes Pepper baseline in the lean, and no. Olsen can't secure. It's an Auckland ball anyway, says Kenny Colson.
Well, it seems like Auckland's pretty much getting all the calls, and you can see they're actually coming down each and every time according to Tab Baldwin's system. We're going to run a set. We're going to execute a championship here.
Pick and roll for Lepo. And again, Olsen mishandles. And Tab is on his feet having a look at his youngster. Strother looking at his options. Pepper stands off. Bush. In and out and back in by Superbush. Anare looking for Lepo. Comes off Leafa's hands. Auckland offensive ball.
Oh, like I say, I kind of admire what Paul Hanare is trying to do. He's trying to create something, dribbling the ball fast down the middle of the lane. But like I say, when you got a fast-paced Waikato Titans behind you, you got to go a little bit faster than that, Paul.
Good defense by the Titans. Pepper mid-post, again spinning with the left hand. He does that far too easily.
Oh, yeah, he's using Ricky Struthers down in the low post, I tell you.
The big man has 18 for Auckland. Coming out to play Struthers. Struthers should take him from there. He does it. Gets some help from Hawthorne and pulls up for a nice little 10-foot baseline jumper.
The score is 54-49 in favor of Auckland, and you can see each and every possession. Auckland needs to keep this game at a low-scoring game for them to actually have a chance.
The Titans are in a zone. They're making the Aucklanders shoot from outside, and the foul is on Boucher.
Ooh, that'll hurt. That'll hurt you. That gives Dylan his fourth, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That'll really hurt you.
Tab Baldwin not moving very quickly to take him out. So the Titans will be looking to take every advantage. Perro on Boucher. And he's got him. He's got him.
That's it. That's his fifth. That's his fifth foul.
Well, stats still showing 3, but he had 3 in the first half. Clicked over to 4. I'm looking at the bench. You take the...
Oh, yeah. Perro Cameron knows what's going on. Perro Cameron said, hey, look, I know this guy's in foul trouble. Either he's going to let me go or he's going to foul me.
Well, our stats people are telling us it's 4. He was showing 3 at half-time, and he's picked up 2 in this half.
He picked up an over-the-back foul and that one there, so... You might be right. Stack systems get him at 2.
Okay. Well, Wallace at the bench says he's now on 4 anyway, so we've cleared that up. Hanare, either way, it is terminal for the Aucklanders, possibly, as Olsen hits a tray.
Like I say, that's what Tab actually brought him in for, because he can flat-out shoot it. This guy, only thing he needs to get his elbow up, and it's good for goal.
57-52. Perro goes to Bush. Pepper with the block.
Oh, that's what you need by a big 7-footer in the middle. It's like, hey, little guys, come on in here. Don't come in my territory. Big Ben Pepper out of Australia. Later in the National League.
Hanare just wants to slow it down. Shot clock in 7, 6. Pepper from 8 foot. Perro with the glass. Auckland looking to just capitalize whilst sitting down. However, they perhaps need better shots than that. Liafa, good work by Hanare. Resetting is Liafa. This time the Titans have the shot clock in single digits. He takes it inside. He should have shot the ball, George Liafa.
Oh, and he throws it out of bounds. I'm just looking at Waikato's bench. It's like, doesn't even look like Jeff wants to even make a start with that.
Yeah, it looks like Prem Krishna's moving there, just walking behind Jeff in the background. Daniel Barrett in for Boucher. Olsen, Bush watching him closely. Pero has Pepper. Olsen goes baseline. Oh, Barrett just didn't move as Strother went over the hoop, freed him up. Another possession. That time the shot clock goes off. On time.
I think that was the best call that was made all night. Even though it was a shot underneath, you got to remember, you must hit the rim. Not the backboard, not another player. You have to hit the rim. And that time, Auckland, that possession, Daniel Barrett missed the rim totally.
5-point ball game, 57-52. We're halfway through the third term here in NBL semi-final 2. Strother into Pepper, into Pero. Off the glass, doesn't go, gets another chance. That time it's good.
Oh, yeah, I think Pero decided, hey, look, we're going to muscle things up. And if you can look at Waikato, they decide, hey, look, we got to bring back our 1-3-1, 1-2-2 half-court trap to get some things started. Makes the pole with the answer once again. He put the answer up for a 3 to give Auckland a 57. No, make that 60-54 lead. Look at Mason. He is full concentration up on the rim.
Pepper gets called for the hold at the other end of the floor. And that is his first foul this half.
Oh, yeah.
Giving him 3 for the game. Hanare has 3 as well.
But if you got Auckland ball underneath, there's not a shooting foul on that. And I can see Auckland look like they went into a zone.
Krishna from the corner, in and out, the tip in from Bush.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, Super Bush, you can't hold him down. He's always there for the rescue. And
back to 4.
I like to see the likes of Prem Krishna. Nickname is the Chocolate Rocket. This guy can actually go upstairs. He can actually shoot the ball with confidence. But once again, you got Big Ben Pepper. He's like scoring that wheel underneath.
He is, as Pepper showing his class. He's played 6 tests for Australia. He has 20 points. Bush from outside. Pepper cleans up. And the big man is saying, this is why you bought me, Tab Baldwin. 20 points, 7 rebounds. The big man is going to work. Hanare, Daniel Barrett, Strother moving his feet, but Barrett too quick. Pero cleaning up. They want to get the ball the other end of the floor as quickly as possible. Pero on the trail. Strother for 3. Very flat, tired shot looking there by Ricky Strother. Auckland, is the game falling into their hands? They lead by 6, and they are in control, Adrian Boyd.
Like I said, this is what Auckland wanted from the jump. They want to be able to control this game and keep it up to their mark.
Lepeau bails out to Olsen. If that falls, it ends at 3.
Like I said, we got a ball game on our hands. You know, for a fact, Waikato, they're not going to lay down. They're not going to stop. And Auckland, they need to continue to execute. It's all about execution when you get to the playoffs.
The Aucklanders are out by 9. Krishna receives from Pero. Kinnell trying to answer. He does.
Like I say, what Auckland said about Waikato is their true players have not started to ignite yet.
We have timeout, Auckland. It's becoming a shooting fest here. Tab Baldwin, he had to give up Pero Cameron to the Titans for 2 games, Jeff Green said. I bought Pero for 2 games. The first one is today. It's not going according to plan.
Oh, yeah, like I say, Bob means Pero Cameron. We call him money payroll.
The last 4 scoring shots have been inside. It's that simple. Plan done, boys. Plan done. Remember, I'll keep reminding you, the yardsticks. Our goes down here, Stanford up here. So right now, we're down the fence. Okay? It's that simple. We've got to play good defense. Aaron Olsen, once again, another 3-pointer. Guys out there that are in the 32, you can't drop down and help. If Ricky Bush...
Yeah, you can
him. Really has okay, really has. So now it's defense. 1, 2, 3, defense.
That timeout there, Adrian Boyd, really showed the belief that Jeff Green has in his lineup. He's not giving them tactics, not giving them strategy. He's just saying, well, you're playing dumb. All you have to do is play one-on-one defense, and we will win. We're better than this. Start playing smart.
Oh, yes, by all means, like I say, Jeff Green's tactic is this. He said, hey, look, you know, practice is for, if we're going through your strategies and stuff. Like, the game time is letting the players play. And, like, his main philosophy is if they don't understand what he's about, they will never understand what he's about.
Well, that's not good defense there, just leaving Barrett unattended under the basket. And it is now 8-point difference in favour of Auckland, 67-59. Bush outside. Auckland bench chanting defence. Connell feeds Strother over Barrett.
I think they got an advantage right there. You got a veteran 6'10", Ricky Strother going against the young Daniel Barrett. And that's going to be a big, huge challenge for Daniel. But at the same time, I think he steps up as a young guy. He's been starting for Tab the last couple of games since Cartwright's been out. And he was...
Hanare gets called for the travel. Titans need to convert on this possession, one feels. Strother, he lost Barrett, but picked up his dribble. Perro reversing on Pepper. The leaner outside to Krishna for three.
That is one guy you can't leave open. He's definitely a shooter. He's a chocolate rocket. He's not going to miss too many threes for you, I tell you.
67-64. We're approaching the final minute of the third term. Lepo, Barrett down low. Again, he got in behind Strother. Oh, Bush is strong. He has runners right. He has Connell and Perro. He goes on his own.
That's super Bush. He doesn't need any help. You ask me, he needs 2 other players. He doesn't need all 5, I tell you.
1-point ball game. Clock ticking down. Auckland want to set the triangle. Olsen. Pepper's at the top, and Are wants it low. Lepo pushing off Perro. Perro's got him in the corner. Turnover, foul, Mason Lepo.
Ooh, like I say, they need to start just doing simple executions. And right now, the only thing that Auckland cannot afford to do is get the fans hyped up like they are now. If you can see Mason Poe trying to make a move on Big Perro Cameron, but hey, he reaches in and said, give me those.
And I suppose the key of that is that the Titans have a full shot clock. One possession. I tell a lie, there's 4 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. However, this possession could give the Titans the lead for the first time. Shot clock is on 5. Perro from outside, in and out. Olsen cleans up. He's probably happy to just hold it. They want to get the ball in the front court. Hanare, Olsen. Well, our clock was showing 3 seconds differential. The bench disagreed. It is 3-quarter time. We have a 1-point ball game at Mystery Creek. Auckland holding on. 67. Waikato 66.
Three-point guard, you're guaranteed to get a win. But in this case, you're playing against Waikato. There's nothing guaranteed.
The Aucklanders, as they have done all day, secure the first possession. Krishna marking Hanare. They are in foul trouble, Auckland. Boucher is sitting down. Hanare got free, and he takes it inside. Can they clean up? Yes, they do. Mason Lepo gives it to Tate and gets called for the travel. The Titans have not led the game at any stage, Adrian Boyd. A basket on this possession will rectify that.
I think the basket on this possession would actually not only rectify that, it will also open up the crowd.
Well, they go to the money man in Perro Cameron, and he gives the Titans a lead, and the crowd are on their feet.
Now you're about to see the 6th man come into effect, and that's the Waikato crowd. You'll see those guys get into it in a big way.
Tate to Olave, off Pepper's foot, back to Olave. Lucky, no reset on the shot clock. It says 5, 4. Tate knows it's on, and he hits a 3.
Oh, that's a young guy with a heart. He's the Rambo of the team. I tell you, he smells blood. He sees it.
Pepper can't get the block. Liapa goes end-to-end with the lay-in to tie the ball game at 70. Again, take where he just hit the shot. He decides to no, I'm going to take my time, give it back to the boss in Polonare. This time to Pepper the pro, over Struther. Oh! Pepper showing he can do no wrong.
Uh-oh, he's inside, he's outside, he's slamming it, he's doing everything.
Liapa draws the foul on Polonare.
Oh yeah, that's going to hurt.
He will go to the line, will George Liapa. Paul Hanare, 4 fouls.
Like I say, if you can see George, he just made a layup earlier, and then he said, hey, look, I can do it. Everybody else think Clifton's the man for Waikato. Hey, look, I'm just as good as he is. He puts his head down, he goes straight to the hoop, and luckily, he got bailed out by the referee, draw the foul. Now he's shooting 2 shots.
Liapa has these to tie it up.
I kind of like his game today because he's actually showing heart.
He's had a big year, George Liapa. Oh, Bush, this could be a 3-point play. It is! The Titans take back the lead, 73-72. They drop back into a zone. Olsen, they need to get him free. Barrett's under the basket looking for the pass. He comes out now. Tuolave finds himself in space. Pepper, oh, he just bounced off Pero. And it was Tuolave with the tip in.
Oh, there's a nice tip in by Rob, letting his presence be known underneath.
Struther working over Tuolave, and Big Rob gets called for the foul. Tab Baldwin is saying why, what's going on. Struther to the free throw line.
Like I say, Ricky Struther, I think he just felt like, hey, look, this guy's way out of position. I'm going to show him a shot fake, take one dribble, and see if I can get myself a foul in that situation. And I admire what Waikato's trying to do. They're trying to actually get at the free throw line. Even though they need to convert to make it a little bit bigger of a score span, but they're actually trying to get at the free throw line.
Well, if anything, this is playing into Auckland's game plan, slowing it down, and because they're not the best free throw team, the Titans. Struther ties it up again. 74 this time. Daniel Barrett gets it over the halfway. Olsen's directing traffic, says Barrett, you come into the corner. Tate goes left. Barrett again, pressure on the shot clock. Tuolave, well, how many times now? 3 in a row, 4 in a row. But they've got behind the Waikato zone. And Bush goes off the glass. This time they're up by 2.
Oh, yeah, I say Clifton Bush, he feels it, I tell you. He's getting the crowd pumped. He's letting everybody know the gestures. He feels it big time.
Daniel Barrett with the answer. However, the pace is lifted, the tempo is lifted. Krishna outside the 3. Craig Krishna.
Oh, yeah, this is Waikato basketball in about now, baby, I tell you. The Chocolate Rock is going to light it up. You got George doing his thing, and Clifton Bush, he's getting the crowd gestures. And Auckland needs to just keep their composure to find out, hey, look, they're not at home.
79-76. Olsen, shot clock again winding down. Tate takes it inside. Pepper needs to shoot the ball. He comes up short. Perez, Bush in the open.
What do we see?
Pepper did well to get back. Lucky not to be called for a foul. Oh, Bush strips it on, goes straight to Olave. Perez pushing Olsen towards the sideline. They need to compose. They need to reset. They go into Pepper, and it's called on Super Bush, the foul.
Oh, yeah, I think Pep's had enough. I think they're doing a lot of tic-tac fouls on the big boy underneath. The referees are not calling it for him. So he said, fine, I'm going to put my head and shoulder down and knock somebody down and see what they call. And you can see Pep, that's exactly what he did. Put his head and shoulder into it. Now he's at the line shooting 2.
It was a good call by referee Butler. He certainly didn't have position, did Superbush. Pepper wants some free throws, but Kenny Colson saying, no, we're going end line.
Okay, there it is.
And all of a sudden, the Titans are up by 5, 81-76. 6 minutes remaining in what could be Auckland season. The winner to play the Saints in the final tomorrow. Or next week, I should say. Let's settle down here as we see Olsen now for the Aucklanders. Barrett again, they get inside. Pepper being hammered. Monster, no foul.
Holy Toledo. I know for a fact we got the guys in Wellington. They're waiting at home. They're actually at home saying, hey, look, we got to take one of these guys. I know Tony Brown, Terrence Lewis, and the rest of the crew. Here you go. He's double teamed by 2 of the biggest, strongest veterans in the league.
How can a foul not be called there with that amount of contact on the arm?
I like to think that the referees, sometimes they play like rugby. They play advantage sometimes.
Hanare needs a quick shot. The reset gives Auckland a chance. Tate throws it away.
Oh, yeah.
Krishna, that time the short can for Perro secure, and then, oh no, he's going to Aaron Olsen.
Oh, yeah, he's been down there all night underneath. Like I say, Aaron Olsen, he's been a rebounder for Auckland all night long, and he's been down there battling with big Perro Cameron.
5-point ball game with 5 and change remaining for one of these teams. The Saints away. Olsen on Struther, takes him inside. Struther with the foul over the back.
Oh, actually, that's a costly one there. That put Ricky Struther on his 4th foul. So he got 1 more to give.
Well, you said, Adrian Boyd, that fouls could decide this game. Struther has 4. Boucher and Hanare have 4. Hanare is out there for Auckland. Boucher is sitting down. He is their best defensive player. And the Titans have capitalized on the time that Dylan Boucher has been sitting down. Oh, that's a great possession by Mason Lepeau. 81-77, Olsen comes up short. Pepper with the ball. Go down. No, yes. You see, I'll take the easy 2.
That's Ben Pepper. He's playing his heart out, I tell you. I don't think he wants his season to finish tonight, I tell you. Even though he loves golf, he doesn't want his season to finish tonight.
24 points from Ben Pepper. Liafa. Shot clock clicks over to single digits. Stuck in the corner is Liafa. Goes to Superbush. Perro. Matt Condell. No love from the rims here at Mystery Creek for the youngster.
Auckland's running another set play. You know, now they're in the execution side of things. It's crunch time. They need scores. They need points on the bucket, and they want to know exactly where they're getting their shots from.
Lepeau for 3. It's good.
That's what I mean. Mason. He doesn't care. He puts Auckland up by 1.
He has 21 points, Mason Lepeau. Perro and Pepper. It's been a great battle. Perro needs to get it up. Oh, 3 seconds.
And a foul.
We've got a foul call by John Butler.
Oh.
The foul overrules. The foul overrules. The foul is on Mason Lepeau.
Auckland decided to guard this inbound play man-to-man this time. They decided not to go zone like they usually do. They decided to go man-to-man.
They need to get it in. They do to Struther. Perro. They think there's a mismatch there with Olsen and Bush. Perro! And he pumps his fist and he runs back and says, give it to me!
Oh, he wants it. He wants it.
84-82. Auckland have shown they have the answers if they catch the ball. Liafa, 2-on-1. Foul Aaron Olsen. The basket won't count, but I think Liafa may be going to the line. Just checking, no, they're not in the bonus. It will be end line.
I think that was a heads-up play by Aaron to hustle back to make the guys take it out underneath without it actually being a shooting foul.
Baseline, here it is, here.
And once again, Auckland decided to go man-to-man. I guess they, like Tab said, you know, guts and glory come when you're playing man-to-man. You really got to dig into it, boys, if you want to win.
Well, they've got the man that they bought specifically for this game. He has the ball now. He's bouncing off Pepper. Double team from Tate. There's 5 seconds. No, he throws it away. Hanare to Lepo. Oh, it doesn't fall. And Mason Lepo gets called for another foul.
Oh, that was an excellent heads-up play by Paul Hanare. Seeing the court, seeing Mason Lepo run the 3 spot very well. Here we go here. Nice alley-oop to Mason, and he just misses the easy one. Then out of frustration, he gets the foul on Big Pharaoh Cameron.
I suppose for Auckland, the bad part about that play is that basket, if he made it, would have tied the ball game up. And then the subsequent foul sees Pharaoh Cameron step up to the line.
Oh, yeah. According to Tab Baldwin, this is like what they call a 4-point play. Not only do you not gain 2 points, you lose 2 points at the other end, especially when you're putting Pharaoh Cameron on the line.
Well, is this the last roll of the dice for Auckland? Tab Baldwin has Paul Hanare and Dylan Boucher on the floor with 3 minutes 21 remaining. Both those players are on 4 fouls.
Oh, like I say, if you can see right now, he got his strength out there. He got his veteran players out there. He got Dylan back into the things. And like I say, with Dylan, there's no such thing as a warm-up. This guy is always frisky. He's always energetic, and he wants to win. He's been here before. He's used to the crowd. He knows what championship flavor is all about.
That's why he is the best player in the country. Tab Baldwin looks on. Hanare. Boucher. Oh, Paul Hanare, yes. Keeps them within 2, 84-86. Into the final 3 minutes. Pharaoh Cameron has 21 points. Struther, Lepo, good defense. Back out to Pharaoh, they're bringing Pepper out. They go into ball. Offensive foul.
Oh, that's a gutsy hands-up play by Aaron Olsen. Like I say, you had Super Bush who's doing everything all night long. I think he picks up his force, flipped it wide open, decides not to take the shot, puts it on the floor as a power dribble, and what do you know? Runs smack dead into there, Aaron Olsen.
He's had a big defensive game, Olsen. He has 14 points offensively, but his work off the ball has been strong. Boucher the alley-oop to Pepper, ties it up. We're tied at 86.
Now we got an alley-oop. I tell you, when you got a 7-footer getting an alley-oop from Dylan Boucher, that's what basketball is all about.
2.5 minutes remaining. It may go to overtime. Lepo, Struther. Oh, delayed call. No, it's an offensive foul.
If it's on Clifton, I think that's his 5th. I think Clifton Bush may be out of here.
We're showing 4 fouls. It is. Super Bush is out. Super Bush is out.
Who do you put the cape on now? There you go. Clifton gets game extra push on the knee. Now what do Waikato do? Who puts on the cape? Who's the superhero for the team now? You only got Pharaoh Cameron out there. So in other words, that foul worked an advantage for Auckland. Now you can see the confidence coming through. Tied up ball game with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. What do we got? We got a barn burner here.
Auckland Creek. They go back to their system. Lepo, Hawthorne, the scoop. No, Boucher was pushing that time. No call. Pharaoh. He cleans it up. Kenny Colson says, I'm not listening. Cut it out. Just play the game. Liapa. The youngsters from Waikato, they go to Pharaoh. They've had him on the outside to get Pepper away. Liapa. No. Well, the experience from Auckland is showing. It is 86 apiece. Boucher, the cool head of Hanare, is there as well. He wants it. This is why he is a tall black point guard. He's been in this situation. He's just running the court, making sure everyone's in the right position. Screen from Olsen. Hanare, 4, 3, 2, Pepper, shoot the ball, travel, nothing goal. Basket doesn't go, Pharaoh.
Holy Toledo. I don't know. The referees look like they're afraid to make calls on that one. You got a big 7-footer being pushed through the lane.
Liapa from outside. celebration. The crowd think they have this game. 5-4, Perro from Rangers. To NBL 3. The game's not over. The game's not over. They've called the game now. Time out Auckland. Time out Auckland. While Waikato was celebrating, there was 8 seconds on the clock. The game wasn't over. Waikato was celebrating. The crowd, Jeff Green was on the floor. Let's see what Ted Baldwin has to say in his final timeout of the season.
Pepper, you go to the inbound or whoever it is, you play safety. Okay? You play safety. Everybody lay low. We foul whoever it is. Let's deny. Try for the steal. We get a steal, we got to take a 3. Okay? We got to take a 3 on the steal. We got to foul whoever if they catch it. Got it? You're going to get hit on the ball. Nobody on the ball. No. We got 22 seconds, guys.
Oh, yeah, what? See, we got Pharaoh Cameron.
We had 22 seconds. The referees have reset the game clock to 22 seconds. Well, there was only 8 seconds on the clock when Leafa caught the ball. Oh, sorry, when Struther rejected, there was only 8 seconds. And that's why the Titans started celebrating. And also, they've given Auckland the ball. Well, that was an absolute mess. Olsen needs the 3. Off the glass doesn't go. And now the Titans can celebrate. As Molinare will foul out of the game, making contact with Chris Tupou. Adrian Boyd, take me through that last sequence. Waikato had the ball. Tampol would call a timeout. They had 14 seconds on the game clock and give Auckland the ball.
I'd say I'm totally lost with that sequence right there. But then again, though, with the referee side of things, I'm pretty sure they must have made the right call. Like I said, we got Paul Honari. He got 5 fouls. He'll be sitting out. Tab is more or less expressing his situation with.
Yeah, he told you 22. Okay, 22. Okay, that's right. Okay, sorry.
Well, Chris Tupou, in his final season of NBL basketball, adds to the tension.
A very rare miss by Chris Tupou.
92-86, 11 seconds on the game clock. One feels that a 7-point ball game will be too much in 10 seconds. Lepo can't get the 3. Pepper underneath. Gets another go. And the game is called. The Waikato Titans will be playing the Saints in the NBL Finals next year. It is 93-88. We'll be back right after this.
Impressed by the tall black